If your team keeps falling apart in Grand Summoners, it's not because you're unlucky, it's because you're missing a few critical pieces of information. And today, I'll show you step by step how to build the best team for your account. I promise, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to structure your team, what roles matters most, how equipments can make or break your run, and I'll reveal one of the most overlooked buffs in the game. And veterans, see if you catch anything. When it comes to team building, there are 3 pillars you need to know: synergy, equipment, and units. To be honest, most players struggle for 2 reasons. 1, your account is new, or 2, no one has ever explained these mechanics clearly. That ends today. The first step in team building is deciding whether you want a physical comp or a magical team. For this example though, let's focus on a physical team. Primarily, you'll want the entire team to deal physical damage, although you do mix and match physical and magical units, usually with magical units performing as a supporting role, like healing and artgen. Most beginners just throw random DPS units together and wonder why they fell. But once you understand the structure I'm about to show you, you'll be able to build a strong team with your account. When it comes to team building, your units usually consist of a main DPS unit or main attacker, supporter, tank, and sub-attacker. This setup, by the way, is suitable for hard content. For normal content, your team setup will often look like this: 2 DPS unit who can provide bursts of arts or overtime artgen, which I do explain later in this video if you don't know. 1 supportive unit with a strong team artgen, and a sub-attacker who can buff your team.
What if you have a DPS unit with no artgen capabilities?
Then make sure your party members can satisfy your artgen needs or any missing variables. Pro tip: use a 120 luck unit or higher for your first slot during farming. Let's review all these roles in case you're new to them. But keep in mind, the units can be used for different roles depending on their kit, no matter which category they truly belong to. Now, attackers are your main damage dealers. Their kit boosts their own or the team's damage. Units like War God Finn, Roy, Saito, Fern, and Demon Lord Rimuru are examples of this. Sub-attackers. They don't hit as hard, but they bring valuable buffs and debuffs to increase your team's total damage. Example, Emperor and Hazuki. Tanks. We have 2 types: mitigation tanks that reduce damage like Sandstone and Shiro, and taunt tanks that forces enemies to attack them. Examples are Thetis, Kurasame, and Gamagori. Support units. These are healers and art generators. If you only remember one thing from this video, remember this: your DPS is nothing without a good support. Healers. We actually have 3 types. The first type are burst healers. They provide large chunks of healing instantly. Examples are Priscilla, Shuna, and Ultimate Convenient Roy. 2. Stats increase or boost healers. They raise your attack, defense, and HP, which pretty much heals. Units like Vox, Demon Lord Vox, and Saber are good examples. And 3. Overtime healers. These units heal in smaller increments, but continuously, and only for a duration of time. Units like Awoken Heart, Mako, and Valentine Lisa are good examples. Now, art generators. We actually have 2 types. First is Burst Artgen, that instantly provides artgen. Examples are Summer Miyu's True Art, Roy's Phantom Bullet, and Heart the Fabricator's passive. Then there's Overtime Artgen, which generates arts steadily over a duration of time. Examples are Beta, that provides 5 arts per second for 30 seconds with her True Art, and Kenshin, providing 6 arts per second for 20 seconds with his True Art. And then there's Chloe.
Wait, isn't Chloe a breaker?
Yup, and that's exactly why she's insane. She increases 5 arts per second for 20 seconds from her True Art. She also provides a burst of 200 arts with her passive once the boss breaks. So some units have bursts of arts and overtime artgen. Other units even double up. Examples are Mako, Heart, Valentine Lisa, and Summer Chloe. These hybrid can heal and provide artgen at the same time, making them incredibly valuable. If you're enjoying this video, do me a solid and hit that like button. That will motivate me on continue making content like this in the future. Thanks in advance. Now here's where things start to get even more important. Artgen types. This single concept can completely change how you build your team. It's such a big topic that I already made a separate video about. I'll link it in the description and at the end of the video. Now let's talk about equipment. Equipment is just as important as units. Remember this. And here's the truth. If you ever thought my team should be stronger, but it isn't, it's almost always your equipment setup is failing you. When team building, you're trying to maximize buffs. That sounds simple, but you have to make sure that these buffs can stack, putting as much buffs on the team and debuffs to the enemy. Each piece of equipment has its own duration and buffs percentage. Buffs include accuracy up for bosses with high evasion, art damage up, attack up, break power up, crit rate up, crit damage up, defense ignore, damage increase, physical and magic damage up, and elemental damage boost, such as earth, fire, water, dark, and light damage up. Then there's debuffs, which includes elemental resistance down, damage resistance down, break resistance down, crit resistance down. This is exactly the same as crit rate up, but you need to hit the enemy with this first to have crit. Physical resistance down and magic resistance down. I know I probably missed a few, so veterans, let me know which buff I skipped. I'll pin the first answer in the comments. Now remember, each type of buff and debuff is critical to maximize. For each unique boss, you'll have to figure out what works and what doesn't. Of course, I can't give you all this information without helping you build a unit. Take Saito as an example. He has a 5-star physical, 5-star support, and a 4-star defense slot. His true art reduces physical resistance and his super art increases damage. But what he lacks are things like dark damage buffs, crit, and damage resistance within his kit. So you want to combine him with other units and equipments that can fill in the gap. And suddenly, you've turned him into an absolute beast of an DPS. Now take a look at these setups. Each slot has its own purpose. Saito's true weapon increases damage and dark damage. Keep in mind that some equipment have passives as well. For his first slot, Malim's clothes is used for supporting the whole team. For slots, Access is used to increase art damage and gain 100 arts, helping Saito nuke faster. Slot 3 has True Escape, which increases artgen and provides him with 100% crit. The 4-star defense equipment has a 5% attack up on its passive. Take what you can. Depending on the battle and team comp, I will always use different slots. As mentioned earlier, normal teams will consist of 2 DPS, 1 sub-attacker and a supporting unit. For the next example, I'll provide a supporting unit. Who better to build than the #1 supporter in the game? Hoka. We need to know Hoka's kit and build from there. His super art increases all allies art by 7, but the leader gains 10 arts instead. He also increases crit damage by 300%, making him the best supporting unit in Grand Summoners because of this. His true art allows him to crit, while his art increases accuracy and attack by 100% for human allies. Knowing this, you want to make sure Hoka uses his super art every 25 seconds to maintain that artgen flow. Now, depending on the stage, I have different setups saved for this guy. Notice that his true weapon is always on all of the slots. This allows him to gain 100 arts at the start of the quest. For the first slot, it's focused on damage. His second equipment is a damage equipment, so you can place whatever you have here. And his second and third slot has Swashbuckling Fin. This equipment provides Hoka with an additional 100 arts, helping him super art as soon as possible. If you don't have these equipments, you can use axes as a substitute. Then depending on the stage, I'll pick slots 2 or 3 if I need cleansing or revive. These are only 2 examples of how to build a unit. Saito, a DPS, and Hoka as support. Your job is to do this for all 4 units in your party, focusing on buffing each other and building each unit for their specific role. Remember this. Quick rundown. Understand your units. Know exactly what each unit brings to the table, from their kit to their passives, utilizing equipments that can further boost your team's buff and debuff, and utilizing the right units for specific roles. Realistically, you'll want a lot of support equipments on your team that can speed up artgen, allowing you to activate buffs fast and consistently for a smoother run. I know there was a lot of taken in this video, but it had to be done. Now you should have a better understanding how to build your team. Let me know if there's anything I missed, or if you have additional questions. I'll answer all the questions in the comments. If you ever feel like Grand Summoner is a trap, check this video out. I'll link a playlist of guides where you can find everything you need to know about Grand Summoners, which the artgen video is in there as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leaving me a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. And I'll catch you on the other video. Stay grinding, aim for that W, and take care.